Hi, I'm Ania Bogacka. I'm the author of The Amazing Adventures of Sisi the Mouse. Today, I wanted to read to you a sample chapter, Roaring Little House on Wheels. Little Sisi found herself alone in a little blue house on wheels. Let's see what happened next. I smelled fresh air. Was there an open window or something? I followed my nose and walked across the black floor mat until I found a hall small enough for me to slide through. I was surrounded by pipes, large containers filled with liquid, and a mass of cables. In the center stood a huge metal box. Was this house actually a factory? I tried to get a closer look, but my paws kept slipping on the greasy pipes. No sign of food. It was dimly lit here, but I noticed some daylight filtering through the other side. Was I in an upside down world? At one point, the machinery began to vibrate and made a loud grinding noise. I was absolutely terrified. As if that wasn't enough, the ground underneath the pipe started to shake. Just as I was finding my footing, the pipe started to heat up. At first, I was happy to warm up my paws. But the warmth quickly turned into a scalding heat. When my whiskers began to curl, it became clear that I couldn't be able to stay there much longer. I had to get away from the burning pipes. I looked around. There was a small opening to my right, but not too small for me to hide. I made myself as small as possible, and just like when I hid from the giant in the pantry, I managed to get most of my head out when I heard a piercing scream. Staring down at me was the giant, with a look of terror on its ugly, whiskerless face. I immediately pulled my head back in. Not only was I not expecting to be face to face with the giant, I really wasn't expecting such a hysterical reaction. My tail started to smolder from the pipes. I had no choice but to face the giant. Once again, I quickly squeezed my body through the grate and made it to the other side. The giant wasn't pleased. It tried waving me off with its humongous paws. I quickly escaped to the corner of a wide gray shelf under a window. Sitting close to the glass, I realized that the small house on wheels was moving. Images of the changing landscape flashed before my eyes. It was so beautiful, despite the danger. I wish this moment could last forever. Alas, it was not meant to be. The giant pushed me off my perch down onto the floor with a mean stick. I ran as far as I could and hid where the giant couldn't see me. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're curious to find out what happened next, get yourself a copy of The Amazing Adventures of Sisi the Mouse, available in a hardcover and paperback, and enjoy the story. Thank you so much.